Right, we're live. Good to go?
Yeah.
Knuckles? Douche. Right, so you're doing your art and I'm taking some notes and you were asking me about what I was taking notes about.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to you what an analogy is. Do you remember what an analogy is?
It's a word. It's when you use something else to describe something.
Exactly right. So I was giving you the example of the planets orbiting the sun. Now you understand that. You get that already. You know that the Earth and all the other planets
Spin.
around the sun. The sun is in the middle.
Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. But what I was explaining to you in relation to analogies is if you didn't know that, but you did know what a whirlpool was.
Yeah.
You know when you pull the plug in a sink and the water spins around. Exactly right. So if you imagine out in the ocean, there's a big giant super massive whirlpool that starts and a boat gets caught in it. And the boat will basically circle around the hole in the middle. If you understand what that is, I can say that that's kind of like the planets orbiting the sun, they go around. So that's an analogy. Now, the reason that I was explaining analogies to you is because the notes that I'm doing here is I'm trying to figure out a good way of explaining how human beings are. It's called the human condition, all about human beings and how we think and how we feel and the different parts of us. And I was saying that there's three parts to us. I didn't actually say this, I said I'd save it for the video. So there's basically three major parts of human beings, of you and of me. The first one is your body. Exactly. Anything that I can poke or grab or tickle. Okay? So that's basically your body. But you have a mind as well. And I can't poke your mind or grab your mind and put it on the table or give it a slap. I can't do anything. So it's not the same as your body. It's kind of different. Okay? And then there's the next one is kind of tricky. The next one is like your soul.
Oh.
Or your spirit. People call it different things.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just call it your soul. Because do you get what I mean when I say your soul? So it's not your body and it's not your mind. No, most people don't. It's a really tricky thing to explain.
I know what the word soul is, but
What is it? That's interesting.
yeah, I don't know what it is.
But you see, that's the thing, and that's the hardest part of what I'm trying to explain. Body is easy. You can poke it, you can tickle it, you can grab it, you can, it's a physical thing, okay?
Is it like your personality?
It's kind of got to do with that, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of actually. That's not a bad one.
Because the stuff that makes you different.
Yeah, I think so. Now again, you see, the thing about the body is everybody knows the body. That's a simple one, and everyone knows the mind. That's less tricky. But the soul, there isn't really an answer. Like you can't ask Alexa what the soul is, and she'll just the soul is this. Loads of different people from all over the world.
This is this.
Yeah, they think different things about it basically.
Yeah.
So, I think that it is to do with your personality because some people, even when they're small, people will say that they've got an old soul because some people kind of act like adults when they're 5. Do you know that kind of way? And some adults are big kids. That's how they're described. And in a way, they've almost got like a childish soul. Like some people they're kind of like big kids. Like your Uncle Nolly I think he's a big kid.
You are.
You think I am? Do you reckon?
Yeah.
A big kid? Me? I'm always deadly serious. Well, I'll take that. I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I think it's good to stay a little bit childish. Do you know? And I think it's good for me to be an adult as well. Because if you're only a big kid when you're an adult, you're a bit annoying. Like, I mean, if I didn't make me bed.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, exactly. If I was in the car with your mum going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And I was still weeing me pants and
Look where we are.
Dad'd get a bit annoying coming from me, wouldn't it? So you have to be a bit of an adult when you're an adult. But it's important, it's probably better to be mostly an adult when you're an adult. But it's important to be a bit of a kid. Because you don't want to be too serious, do you?
No.
And the same with a kid. It's good, the kids should be kids. But they shouldn't be kind of babies. They need to be mature sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay? So maybe maybe you're right. Your soul is part of kind of who you are. Another part of it is your emotions. So your mind is what you think, but your soul, so your mind has got to do with how you think and what you think. Okay, the thoughts that are in your head.
And then the soul is kind of the personality.
Yeah, the personality or maybe emotions.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're sad, like sometimes you're not thinking sad thoughts. Sometimes you're just sad. It's a feeling thing. Your soul is a feeling thing more than a thinking thing.
Yeah.
So that's how I try and explain it. Anyway, does that make sense to you? Okay. So what I'm trying to work out here is an analogy for body, mind, and soul, because they seem to be the three main parts of being a human.
Yeah.
Can you think of something another one like? Now most people say body, mind, and soul, or body, mind, and spirit,
Yeah.
and that covers kind of everything it is to be a human. So what I'm trying to do is
Would you call your harsh, like, would you call things that, like, harsh, brain, eyes, would you call that body?
you see, this is the interesting thing, because it's not as though you have your body here and then you have your mind here and then you have your soul here.
Yeah.
Let's say this is your body and this is your mind. They're not separate. They're kind of like that. Because your mind, you can see with your mind, so you can close your eyes and think of think of anything.
Brainstorm.
Yeah, but you can close your eyes and think of a pink elephant, or a big building, or a monster, or anything. So you have what's called your mind's eye, which is your imagination kind of. You see things with your mind.
Think of poop.
Or you can think of poop.
The thing that scares man.
Your man doesn't like poops. You keep leaving a poop around the house. What's that all about? That's not a real poop, by the way. That's where is he? Is he here? He's around here somewhere anyway.
He's a little knitted poop.
But your mind uses your eyes. So your eyes are part of your body. I can poke them. I'm not going to, but I could poke them. Might be a little bit sore, but I could poke them.
Yeah.
But your mind uses your eyes to see.
And then what would you call your brain then?
Well, again, your brain is part of your body.
Yeah.
You could go into surgery and the surgeon could open up your skull and poke your brain.
Yeah.
But it's a physical thing. It is part of your body. Like, you can poke it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waving my brain from side to side. I'm not really waving my mind from side to side.
Yeah.
Because your mind is something different. But you use if you took out your brain, you wouldn't have a mind. So your brain, and people don't actually know this. I don't mean that I know this, but nobody really knows this. How the brain makes thoughts. We actually don't know how that works. Like, we know that the heart pumps blood around the body, the liver cleans your blood, your stomach digests food, you have all your bones, your skeleton and your muscles keep you upright. So we know all these things about our body, but we don't know how the brain makes thoughts.
Yeah.
We actually don't know that. But this is what I mean about the body and the mind. They're not separate, they're interlinked like that. It's almost like you get...
I picture the brain as a person, and it's kind of like a computer. So let's say there's like apps, let's say voice, eyes, telling the body something, and like you go into that app when something tells you that, and it's like, oh no, he's getting close to the fire, let's say. So then he goes into the body app, and then he goes into the heat setting, and then like puts it higher.
That's interesting.
That's what I kind of think of.
So I was going with a car as an analogy for the human, for the human being, the body, mind, and spirit thing. But you're using a phone.
Yeah.
So the phone, the physical phone,
computer.
or the computer, well, we call it a phone. Let's say your thing of colouring pencils. Let's say that's your mobile phone.
Yeah.
So the phone, which you can poke, that's the body. But the mind is the apps on the phone.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. That could be a cool analogy, because you could have a memory app and a vision app.
Yeah.
And the vision app, it processes what the camera sees. But the cameras are your eyes. The actual camera is your body.
Yeah.
But
and then there's
the
like
app,
speaker, which is your mouth. And you
yes,
type
and a
something in.
microphone that's your ears.
Yeah.
You could be onto something here with that. That's a good one. This is a great analogy.
And like, there could be a body app, and it could be, you could click into it and there'd be like loads of settings, like the one that I done there for the, like there's a heat setting and goes down for some things to warn you kind of.
Yeah, you can turn up the heating on the app if you're cold, because we start shivering when we're cold,
Yeah.
and that shivering actually warms us up.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting one. And the better, like you can make your phone better by downloading different apps. So when you were young, you didn't have many apps. The only apps that you had were vision, so you could see when you're a baby. You
Yeah.
can hear when you're a baby, and you can eat and you can do different things.
But you didn't get the voice app yet.
Exactly. You have to develop the voice app. So you're like a little developer, because people who make apps are developers. So you're like an app developer for your own mind.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what I think of it.
That's really
how I
cool.
picture it.
And you know the way you can plug different things, like physical things, into your phone? Like you can plug little torches and little fans to keep it cool. Like there's loads of little adapters you can get for your phone.
Yeah.
So they're like different skills that you pick up along the way, different abilities.
That's how I picture it.
That's really cool. I really like that. So that's basically what you know what an analogy is now.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Will we sign off on that?
Okay.
Just 12 minutes. That was anybody. I really enjoyed that.
I
Knuckles,
think so.
douche. Until the next time. You want to sign off?
Signing in.